Liga table. Osasuna themselves went down 3-2 away at Levante, which was a poor result as well for them. Both managers make 4 changes ahead of tonight's game. Alessio Lissi brings in the keeper, Aitor Fernandez. His usual keeper, Herrera, was sent off in the last game, so he misses out. Javi Galan, Lucas Toro and Moy Gomez come into the side. Abel Breton, Munoz and Oroz also drop to the bench. Diego Simeone makes 4 changes. Vargas, Mendoza, Almada and Musso come in. Baena, Jimenez, Oblak and Soloth drop out. The last time these two sides met was, well, it was back in October last year, and Atleti won that game by a 1-0. They played 45 times on all occasions, with Atleti winning 26 to Osasuna's 14, and the 5 draws between them. So the two teams making their way out now into this raucous atmosphere. The sky just starting to bruise above the stadium. We've got these light nights, of course, but the light's fully on now. Great atmosphere as the teams come out. Our referee is Jose Mancia ahead of this game. So, time for some team news. Alessio Lissi for Osasuna goes with Aitor Fernandez in goal. It's a 4-2-3-1. Valentin Rosier, Enzo Boyoma, Alejandro Catena and Javi Galan is the back 4. The 2 holding are John Moncoyola and Lucas Toro. The 3 in front of them, the captain Ruben Garcia, Moy Gomez and Raul Moro, and Ante Budimir, the Croatian, leads the line. On the bench for Osasuna, Dimitrios Stamakatis, the Greek goalkeeper. Then we have Ike Benito, Juan Cruz, Jorge Herando, Ike Munoz, Raul Garcia, Aymar Oroz, Kike Barja, Abel Bretons, Asier Osembela, Rafa Fernandez and Inigo Agubide. Diego Simeone goes with a 4-4-2. Juan Musso is in goal, a back 4 of Marcos Llorente, Mark Pubil, David Hansko and Matteo Ruggieri. The 4 across the middle, Obed Vargas, Rodrigo Mendoza, the captain Koke and Thiago Almada, and Antoine Griezmann and Ademola Lookman are the 2 men up front. On the bench for Atleti, the keeper Jan Oblak and also Selvi Esquivel. Then we've got Alexander Soloth, Clement Lenglet, Robin Lenormand, Rayan Balaid, Javier Bonyar, Julio Diaz, Iker Luque, Alexa Puric, Javier Morchillo and Miguel Cubo. So those are the 2 sides. Atleti in their away strip this evening. Osasuna in the red shirts with the navy shorts and navy socks. Atleti in a sort of pastel blue, powder blue kit with the sort of red shoulders and the pastel blue shorts and socks. The 2 teams have swapped halves after the toss, and Atletico will be playing from right to left in this first half. Diego Simeone, as always, all in black inside the technical area. As I say, the game's coming really thick and fast for these sides. This will be Atleti's 3rd game in the space of a week, pretty much, due to their involvement in that Champions League semi-final. So, we are ready under the lights in this magnificent El Sadar Stadium here. And Atletico Madrid sitting in 4th spot. Osasuna, it's been a reasonable season for them, one of consolidation. And it looks as if Atleti are going to have kick-off here, just waiting for the go-ahead from the officials. And we are underway. We do get one of those bizarre kick-offs where Atletico have just launched it down the field and out of play so as to pin Osasuna back. They have a throw-in over on that far side, just about level with the edge of the penalty area, which Javi Galan will take, and then that's hoisted on the volley up to the halfway line by Lucas Toro. And headed back inside the Osasuna half. Head tennis ensues. The blonde-haired Griezmann wins that header. Now Rodrigo Mendoza to Vargas, the Mexican, and he will send this all the way back to the back line. But that was a bit of an errant ball there from Mark Pubil. Just about picked up in the nick of time. But Osasuna have won the ball here, but unfairly, says the referee, Jose Mancia. He deemed that there was a foul there by Moncayola on Obed Vargas. So Atleti take it quickly. Comes out to this near side. Good ball with the outside of his boot by Ruggieri. Good sliding tackle though from Rosier, the Frenchman. He manages to keep hold of the ball as well. Catania. Well, offside flag is up, so it will be a free kick to Osasuna. Very lively start to the contest here. So free kick about 10 yards in from the near. Now they have it in centre field here with Toro. And once again, working the ball round. Now Rosier. Just nudges it back for Alejandro Catania. Long ball out to this left-hand side, floating ball. It's gathered in near the sideline, and that's good work there for Moro. Gets around his man, gets a cross in from over on that sideline, just too strong before Moncayola gets to it near the back post, and it's gone out for a goal kick. But a very bright start here from Osasuna, working the ball around very tidily indeed. Goal kick to Atleti. So it will be Jan Musso, the Argentinian keeper, all in bright orange to go with one of those silly, strange, short goal kicks. They work the ball out to that far right-hand side to Vargas. And then it comes back to Musso. Now here is David Hansko, the Slovakian, square across to Pubil. Will bring this ball downfield, and he's been brought down from behind there by a challenge from Moy Gomez, so it will be a free kick, which is taken quickly. Ruggieri, back to Hansko. And he will roll it all the way back to Jan Musso, who brings the ball in with his feet on the edge of the area. Hansko once more plays it up towards the halfway line, gathered in by Almada. And then it comes out on this near side for a throw-in, which Ruggieri takes quickly. Back to the keeper. That's not the best ball out to this near side. All a little bit frantic at the moment. Long ball downfield, but it's headed back into the mix there by Lucas Toro. But Atletico win the ball halfway inside their own half and can bring it forward here. Chip over the top here, looking for the run of Lookman. He gets it on this near side, gets across him, but there's absolutely nobody there to get on the end of it. And it goes all the way through to the other side. Javi Galan just rolls it back to the feet of Fernandez, the keeper. Well, that was a risky ball out. They're not out of trouble here still. Now they get the ball up to the halfway line and beyond. And now then, they've got him round the back here. Long-range shot comes in. Clever idea from Ante Budimir. He saw that the keeper was off his line. Tried a long-range one, just didn't get enough of a loop on it. And in the end, it bounced in front of the keeper rather than going over his head, which was the desired effect. 5.5 minutes gone. Osasuna 0, Atletico Madrid 0. Griezmann dropping deep. Osasuna win the ball back again inside the Atleti half, but that header balloons up in the air, and that allows Atleti to win the ball back, but very quickly they lose it again. And then, a foul comes in from Rodrigo Mendoza. It will be a free kick to Osasuna. Pardon my cold, by the way. Yes, we are in May, but they do crop up. So a free kick to Osasuna, and it's just to the left of the centre circle. Ruben Garcia, the captain, standing over this alongside Moy Gomez. Just over 6 minutes gone. And still debating how they're going to do this. They go short, and then it's whipped into the edge of the box, but it's blocked away. But it breaks back here for Osasuna. And then a heavy touch from Galan. He's going to have to chase after that. He gets to it just in time over on that far side. And then the ball rather aimlessly trickles into the area and only finds the feet of Jan Musso. And now Ruggieri with the long ball up towards the centre circle, brought down neatly by Lookman. He'll send it back towards that back line. And now Atletico have it out on that far right-hand side. Marcos Llorente. Now here's Antoine Griezmann on that right-hand side, gets it towards the byline, but he's just run out of land there, and it goes out for a goal kick. He had two men on him. Galan was constantly on his shoulder, and he forced the ball off the shins of Griezmann and out for an Osasuna goal kick. 7.5 minutes gone. 0-0 here. Quite a few games taking place as well in La Liga this evening, and tomorrow and Thursday. It's one of those weeks where they're having to cram all the games in as we get towards the business end of the season. Of course, the World Cup is looming, so a lot of seasons finishing maybe a week earlier than they might normally do. One result earlier this evening, Celta de Vigo going down 3-2 at home to Levante, who are doing really well actually. They're lifting themselves away from trouble. Good work by then snaking out his arm. Absolutely bizarre that was from the Osasuna left back. I don't know what he was thinking there. The other game taking place this evening, I can tell that Real Betis are 2-1 up against Elche. That is deep into that game. So Antoine Griezmann, the Frenchman who won that penalty, has the ball in his hands here. Will he be the man to take it? We know that, no, he's not. It's going to be Ademola Lookman. Sometimes teams do that. They like to befuddle teams so that players don't get in the ear of the penalty taker. So Lookman now standing over this, hands on hips. 14 minutes gone. Chance for the Nigerian, born in London, Nigerian international. An opportunity to put Athletic 1-0 up here from the penalty spot. And what's been a bit of a scrappy game so far. So, Lookman standing over this now for Atletico. Short run up, buries it, bottom left corner. Side-footed, beautifully taken by the Nigerian international. And Ademola Lookman has put Atletico Madrid in front here at the El Sadar. It is Osasuna 0, Atletico Madrid 1. Ademola Lookman from the penalty spot. After Javi Galan, who initially had his arms behind his back, and then as Griezmann sort of chipped it, tried to chip it round him, he sort of turned his back on the ball and his arm snaked out and it hit his arm. And it was a penalty. So we're back underway. Here's Valentin Rosier, the Frenchman, on this near side. Plays it infield to Moncoyola. And it comes back to Catena. And then back to Aitor Fernandez. Now Alejandro Catena, just inside his penalty area. Chips the ball downfield, flick on header. It's brought down by Ruben Garcia. He just couldn't find Raul Moro there. That was good defending from Llorente on the edge of the area, but now Osasuna have it again. Edge of the penalty box on that far left-hand side. Ball whipped into the area, headed away by Hansko, and how it's gone all the way up to the halfway line and gathered in by Galan, and will come again. 16 minutes gone. Now Moro, good ball round the back for Moncoyola. He squares it across the 6-yard box. And again, Hansko is there to put the ball out near that near post and out for a corner. The first one of the evening and the first one for Osasuna. This is a good response from the home side, having gone behind. So a corner over on that far left-hand side. We've got a little break here because I think it's Pubil who's actually gone down. As I said, this is their third game in very quick succession. Only a young lad. I think that's a muscle injury there, and he is going to be coming off already. Substitute on in the technical area, getting his shirt on already. Javi Galan did get the yellow card for that, by the way. Actually, it's Rodrigo Mendoza, the young man that's down, I beg your pardon, just on the edge of the penalty area. And that's a shame for him. He's just come back into the side this evening. He was one of the changes. Doesn't always get a start. And he'll be replaced by the Spanish international Robin Lenormand. Mendoza was operating as part of a midfield four, so I will assume that it will probably be Marcos Llorente, who's pretty much a midfielder anyway, who's playing at right back tonight, that will go upfield into that midfield four, and Lenormand will slot into that back four, and Pubil will probably move out to right back, and Lenormand will come into centre half alongside David Hansko. Hark at me, thinking I know what I'm saying here. But I think I'm right there. Anyway, they have a corner to defend before anything else. Ruben Garcia, the captain, standing over this on that far left-hand side. In-swinging corner, and it's nudged out again for another corner. Or is it? No, it's going to go out for a throw-in near the corner flag off the boot of the Italian Matteo Ruggieri. So swaps is here because Osasuna are going to go for the long throw. And it comes, a booming throw to that near post. Flick on header, and it fell for Garcia near the penalty spot, but I think Llorente slipped in front of him, and I think that just spooked Garcia, and he completely fluffed his shot there. And it's gone out this near side for a throw-in for Atleti, and Ruggieri, well, he's made a mess of that. He got the ball back off Vargas towards the dead ball line, and then he tried to hammer it downfield, and he completely skied it, and it's gone in fact over his head and out for a corner on this near side. So this has been a good response from Osasuna. Yeah, Llorente slipping there just in front of Ruben Garcia, and it just did enough to spook the skipper there from 12 yards out. Anyway, in-swinging corner comes in from this near side to the back post, headed over the bar. And is it a corner or is it a goal kick? And no, I think it's a corner on the other side. Towering header there, yeah. That was good defending from young Mark Pubil. Third corner for Osasuna in relatively quick succession. Ruben Garcia comes across to this that far side. Raises his right arm, out-swinging corner again, headed away, not overly convincingly by the Argentinian Thiago Almada. And then the counter-attack founders there as they lose the ball, but that was well kept in over on that far side there by Raul Moro, because the ball was absolutely drilled at him. Toro, now Moncoyola. This is Javi Galan. Ball comes infield to Raul Moro, being chased all over the pitch here. Now Lucas Toro, just on the edge of the penalty area, comes out wide to this left-hand side. Right-footed cross comes in, it's a good one too. The keeper just got to the punch before Budimir's head. Then it's fed back in, and oh, Budimir, edge of the 6-yard box, and he's put it wide. It was a drilled, well, I think it was a miss-hit shot really by Valentin Rosier. It went all along the floor, and it went straight to Budimir, who was completely unmarked, 7 yards out, and he side-foots it, and he's put it over the bar. What a great chance that was for the Croatian striker to level things up here. Completely unmarked, but I think it was the fact that Rosier's shot was kind of completely fluffed, and it just happened to find Budimir on the edge of the 6-yard box as it sort of went along the floor. Anyway, that was a great chance. Now Athletic have it on this near side. Ruggieri, and now Lookman down this near side. level with the edge of the penalty area, feeds it into Griezmann. He goes down on the edge of the box. Lookman momentarily wins it back. Griezmann has stayed down inside the area, but he's going to get back up now. Referee not interested in the slightest. And now then, here is Budimir, brings that down on his chest. He's got room here, gets it to the edge of the box on this near side, switches it onto his left foot, just dabs it to the side for Moncayola. Now a bit of space here for Toro. Back to Moncayola. He tries the cross, which is blocked. And that will go out for a throw-in, which is taken very quickly. Now it's back at the feet of Valentin Rosier. And this has been a really good response from Osasuna. Oh, Ruben Rodriguez just nearly lost the ball there, lucky to get it back, tries to feed it into the edge of the box. And then, well, Griezmann is brought down as he intercepted the ball there and was heading downfield. And it's the Cameroon international Enzo Boyomo, just left a leg dangling there, and Griezmann went tumbling down. Well, 23 minutes gone, halfway through this first half. Osasuna 0, Atletico Madrid 1. Ademola Lookman's penalty on 15 minutes. Oh, what's an awful back pass! Now Budimir! Oh, he's put it over! He has put it over! And that's another glorious chance gone begging. It was the captain, Koke, with an awful back pass. Budimir, wow, one-on-one, gets it to the edge of the area, tried to chip it over the keeper, and he's chipped it over the bar from just inside the penalty area. Well, Musso sort of came out, tried to spook him and narrow the angle a little bit, but that is two absolutely glorious chances spurned in the space of 4 minutes by Ante Budimir. And Osasuna could and probably should be leading now. But Atleti have got away with that big time. Almada now, as Atleti come forward on that far right-hand side. This is Llorente. Griezmann back to Marcos Llorente. And they're forced all the way back into their own half. Pubil brings it back into the Osasuna half. Just tries to nudge it out to the side there, but the ball is a poor one, goes out of play. Just trying to find, actually it was Lenormand, beg your pardon, trying to find the run there of Thiago Almada. 24.5 minutes gone. Osasuna have it over on that far left-hand side. Ball played infield to Boyomo. Now Catenia. Rosier on this near side. Gets the ball back, but then a heavy touch from the Frenchman. But Ruben Garcia recovers the ball and then sends it all the way back to Aitor Fernandez. This is Boyomo. Across to Catenia. Now Rosier again on this near side. Rolls it back to Catenia. And back to the keeper, Fernandez. Just over 25 on the clock. And after a fairly scrappy start to the game, that penalty in a way has kind of settled things down. Osasuna have come roaring back at Atleti, but the game, for all that, has sort of settled into a pattern now. Before it was bit end-to-end, but everything was fizzling out at the edge of both teams' boxes. But now, sort of better chances are coming along. But Atleti have won a free kick here on halfway for a foul on Lookman. Didn't look much in it to me. Of course, Barcelona were crowned champions at the weekend and did it in style by seeing off their bitter rivals Real Madrid at the Nou Camp. Osasuna now down to 11th. They did start in 11th today and then went up, would have gone to 10th as they did, while it was still 0-0. But back down into 11th spot now. This is Matteo Ruggieri. Rolls it back to Jan Musso. He chips the ball delicately downfield, but not delicately enough. It sails out of play. And it will be a throw-in for Osasuna on this near side, taken very quickly by Rosier. He gets the ball back, the Frenchman. just inside the Atleti half. Now Moy Gomez. Now this is Enzo Boyomo. Now Javi Galan. And he squares it back across to Alejandro Catena. And again, they're happy to play it across the back four, but they're being pressed all the way here. Ooh, and that was nearly a great ball down the right channel there, just snuffed out by Hansko. And now Atleti can break down this left-hand side, tussling away, but Lucas Toro has done excellently there, showing good upper body strength to see off Obed Vargas, the Mexican, down this near side. As he tried to get into the penalty area. That was a rather wild crossfield ball, but Boyomo managed to gather it in on the edge of the box, and then Fernandez fires it downfield, but that's easily tidied up there in midfield by Koke. Comes back to Musso, chips it downfield, but again the Argentinian, the radar's off, goes out of play. Throw in on the halfway line on this near side, taken quickly by Valentin Rosier. Almost 28 minutes gone here. Here's Moy Gomez for Osasuna. Feeds it into the edge of the area, gets it back from Ruben Garcia, then tries the cross, blocked by Ruggieri, out for a throw-in, which is taken quickly. Now Rosier caught across right towards the back post, header flicked on, gathered in by Musso at the back post, and then fired back across the face of goal, and cleared just in the nick of time there by Hansko, but they've lost the ball again here, Atleti. Moy Gomez once more. Good ball infield there. It comes back to Rosier. Good ball. He plays it round the back. Moncoyola's cross. Diving header from the edge of the 6-yard box. And then it's glanced out to this near side. Ruggieri does brilliantly to keep it in. And then it's cleared eventually by Hansko. But again, straight to a red shirt. And that will be a free kick for Osasuna, as Lucas Toro has gone down under that challenge from Ademola Lookman. But this is really good stuff from Osasuna. Since going behind, they've arguably been the better team. There's plenty of last-ditch defending going on by Atleti. We're coming up to the half-hour mark. So free kick, Moncoyola standing over this ball near this near touchline. Referee just having a word with a few players. Again, the traditional jostling going on the edge of the area. So Moncoyola in swinging ball, and it's cleared away by Griezmann from the edge of the penalty area, but Osasuna will have it back again. Galan comes infield to Moncoyola. He took his eye off the ball, it went under his boot, and now Lookman would look to get away, and he's been fouled by the captain Garcia, who's going into the referee's notebook for that challenge. A professional foul really of sorts, because Lookman had got away from him. And Garcia was just saying, nah, I'm not letting you get past me completely, so he just stuck out an arm and caught his back leg as well. Tried to put on an act of incredulity, but the referee not having any of it. 7th foul of the evening from Osasuna. Anyway, Hansko takes a free kick, just sent it back to his keeper. And then he gets the ball back himself. He's Slovakian. Plays it up the line for Ruggieri, but he's being hassled all the way here by Ruben Garcia. And that's a dangerous ball, again, played into their own penalty box by Atleti. They are briefly dispossessed by Moy Gomez, but it's gone out for a throw-in. And Obed Vargas, the Mexican international, hands that ball over, so that Ruggieri can take this throw-in for Atleti. 31 minutes gone. Throw down the line. Lookman with the flicked header infield, but that's tidied up by Lucas Toro. And then Alejandro Catena will roll it back to Aitor Fernandez, who just puts his foot on the ball, edge of the area, and chips the ball out to this near side. Well kept in on his chest there by Rosier, because that was a poor kick from the keeper. It was far too strong. But Osasuna not afraid to knock the ball around at the back here and sideways and across the pitch, because Atletico are pressing They're playing a fairly high press, so it's not without its dangers. Long ball right through the middle by the keeper, but that's tidied up by Pubil. And then Musso wasting no time in launching it downfield, but Osasuna, well, they've given away a throw in there. It was the header from Toro out to that near side, but it just evaded Galan before he could get to it. And then here's Pubil, edge of his own area, sends it across to Musso. And he chips it to Ruggieri, heads it infield, but straight to a red shirt. Sloppy again from Atleti inside their own half. Here's Moy Gomez. Just nudges it to Ruben Garcia, tight to the touchline on this near side, going up against Ruggieri. Comes back in on his left foot, squares it across the face of the area, then back out to Rosier. He tries the cross, blocked by Ruggieri, and a corner for Osasuna on this near side. And they worked that very well there. They played some skillful and intelligent football, Osasuna, this evening. They look a good side. And to be honest, consider themselves a bit unfortunate that they're trailing here, because they have had the better chances. I mean, we won't mention Ante Budimir. They should have had 2 in 5 minutes and fluffed them both. That corner sails across the face of goal. No one got a touch on it. Lucas Toro almost did. And it will be a throw-in for Atleti near the corner flag on that far side. Osasuna 0, Atletico Madrid 1. Throw-in comes in. And then it's hacked downfield, but that goes straight to the Osasuna player. And then the foul comes in on Ruben Garcia, so that will be a free kick for Osasuna. Now then, they play it down that far left-hand side. Raul Moro chips the ball into the area, floats over the top of everyone, and it's well kept in by Moy Gomez on this near side. Now Valentin Rosier comes into centre field. Now Boyomo, and then out to this far left side again, but that's well won back there by Atletico Madrid. Here's Griezmann, floats the ball out to this left-hand side, but it's going to only find Valentin Rosier. An Osasuna player is down. They are going to stop the game now. Quite sure what happened there. Almost 35 minutes gone. Have a look at, they were tussling for the ball there. Well, it looks to me like he's pulled up there. Raul Moro, he just sort of carried on running, and then he did that sort of that horrible thing where they start hopping and he's feeling the back of his leg, and that's never a good sign. And it will be a free kick to Osasuna, I think. Oh no, actually, well, no, they had to stop the game, so it came onto this near side. He says, going to have to come off here. And I think he knows that's a bad one because he's covering his face with his shirt. That will probably be his season done and dusted for Raul Moro, because that looks very much to me like a hamstring, the way that he held the back of his leg there. And that's always unfortunate. He makes his way off, gets a warm ovation, and he will be replaced here in short order. Oh, that's always never a nice thing to see. And he hobbles off down the tunnel. Had a good half as well. And he'll be replaced by Kike Baja. And he'll just replace him in that 3 behind Budimir out on that left-hand side. Osasuna have the ball back again here. They have the ball dropped at their feet. Garcia gets the ball down this near side. Now John Moncoyola wins a throw-in off the foot of Hansko. Now they've got someone with a long throw here. Yes, Moncoyola's going to take it himself. 37 minutes gone. Booming throw comes in again. Headed away by Hansko. Lookman wins the second ball, but then Osasuna briefly win it back, but it comes out to this near side, and Thiago Almada has run into trouble there and has lost the ball. Gomez whips it in. Oh, it's brought. Two players went for the same header. Still a bit of a goalmouth scramble, and then cleared away by Ruggieri. Osasuna player down in the box there. I think two of them went for it and kind of collided with the keeper as well. Well, they're going down like flies here. May have to stop the game again shortly. There's a Osasuna player down on the edge of the 6-yard box. They're going to have to stop it here, surely. Osasuna coming forward. Rosier trying to get in round the back of Ruggieri. He got there first, and now the referee does blow his whistle. We'll have to restart it over on the far side. Budimir it was who was down. He gets up now. Oh, I can tell you, mate, that your colleagues just carried on playing while you were in a crumpled heap there. They weren't bothered. I think there was a little bit of a knee clash between Budimir and Lorente on the edge of the 6-yard box. Yeah, just caught his knee there. Totally accidental. But it was the initial effort from as that cross came in from Kike Barja, who's only just come on. Keeper came out. Barja and Budimir kind of both went for the same ball. Now, there's an issue here. Alessio Lissi is absolutely blowing his top on the sideline here, because he's going absolutely berserk. I'm not quite sure why. They've dropped the ball at the feet of Osasuna. They've got the ball back. So I'm not quite sure what he was so upset about there. Anyway, here's Enzo Boyomo. Comes out to that far left-hand side. And Barja back to Boyomo. And now Lucas Toro has it inside the centre circle. Moy Gomez on this near side. 39 minutes gone. Enzo Boyomo will bring it inside the Atleti half. This is Javi Galan over on that far side. Kike Barja has won a throw-in. Takes it quickly. Here's Boyomo once again. Now Javi Galan. Back to Boyomo. Passing it around nicely again here, and it's patient stuff from Osasuna, largely down that far left-hand side. Kike Barja, he wins a throw-in as well. He thought he had. He can't quite believe that. It came off, well, he thought it came off Marcos Llorente. And Atleti have the throw, which they take quickly. Here's Griezmann. But Atleti have really gone off the boil since they took the lead through that penalty. They've barely threatened the Osasuna goal. Here's Lookman now. It's been all Osasuna really since then. And if Antia Budimir had his shooting boots on, it would be 2-1 to Osasuna by now, because he spurned two incredibly good chances, which he should have taken. There's no two ways about it. Koke's back pass especially. 64% possession for Osasuna. But now Atleti come on the break here. Moncoyola tussling, but they manage to still keep going downfield. What a run this is. Into the area. Oh, he's fizzed across the face of goal. It was young Mark Pubil. Well, this young centre-half there. That was a lung-busting run downfield. He ghosted in round Javi Galan. Got a brilliant shot away across the face of Fernandez, who stuck out a strong arm. Goodness me, that has shaved the post on the way through, that far post. Brilliant save. First corner of the evening for Athletic. And we played just over 41 minutes. But that's the first real effort they've had on goal since that penalty went in. Here's Griezmann with the corner. It's a poor one, but they're going to get another bite at the cherry here, because it didn't beat the first man, who was Rosier, and he's headed it out for another corner. So Griezmann comes again to the near side. Almost 42 minutes gone. Another chance from a set-piece opportunity here. Ball whipped into the area. Glancing header goes out to the other side of the 18-yard box, where it will find Thiago Almada. Back to Marcos Llorente. And now Koke, edge of the centre circle. Matteo Ruggieri. Now Griezmann on this near side. Whips the ball into the area again. Very unconvincing clearance. And it comes back to Griezmann on this near side. 22 yards out here. Oh, lovely reverse ball down that left-hand side. Another man has gone down in the area. Osasuna are telling him to get up. The referee hasn't reacted to that. He might react to this because it looks like there's a foul there from Pubil on this near side. But that's the genius of Antoine Griezmann. He just sees those passes. Edge of the area, and it was just a clever reverse ball. But we have a free kick here now for Osasuna for that foul. 43 minutes gone. Osasuna 0, Atletico Madrid 1. Aitor Fernandez takes the free kick. Long ball downfield, headed away by Koke. Now he's Ruggieri, back to Hansko on the edge of the penalty area. This is Llorente. Long ball down the right channel here, looking for the run of Almada. Javi Galan gets there first and sends it back to Aitor Fernandez. But it's going to be a free kick. The offside flag had gone up. Now Osasuna can come down this far left-hand side. Now on the counter. Big booming cross comes into the back post, but Musso just backpedals and gathers that in on the far side of the 6-yard area. And the cross just had too much on that there from Lucas Toro. Musso has the ball back at his feet here. Floats the ball to Ruggieri, chests it down. And then rather calmly plays it to the edge of the penalty area, but now he has it again. That's neatly played away, but they've ultimately lost possession there. They do get themselves sort of pinned down near their own goal, do Athletic, because they like to play it from the back, and we've seen so many times that can be a recipe. Boyomo, Galan feeds it back in centre field to Alejandro Catena. Now Rosier gets the ball. Oh, that's a brilliant overlapping run from Rosier. He's got in round the back of Almada here. He's in the penalty area, squares it across. Will it fall for Budimir? Oh, it's a tangle of legs. He got some contact on it. Well, what's happened here? The flag has gone up. The Osasuna fans and the players are going bananas. But that was a brilliant move on this near side there, involving Valentin Rosier. Got in round Almada. But as that ball came in, they've deemed that Budimir there has fouled somebody. Attempting to win the ball. It's not been his night, has it? He's missed two absolute sitters. And that opportunity's gone begging as well. 6 minutes of added time. Goodness me. We did have a couple of stoppages, didn't we, for a couple of injuries and so on. So, ball at the feet of Osasuna. They've won it back here, chipped into the area. Keeper comes out, punches it away, takes an Osasuna man with him. Now then, yes, it's a penalty. The penalty has been awarded here for Osasuna. Jan Musso came out, punched the ball away and took an Osasuna player with it. And I don't like to see this again. Everyone's surrounding the referee. Musso has been booked. Koke, who can talk to the referee, is doing, as is Ruben Garcia, the Osasuna captain. But that cross came in. Musso came through. Oh, goodness me, he's caught Budimir there on his follow-through, and he's caught him right in the face. Yeah, that is a penalty for me. Yeah, he's made contact with his face there. It was accidental, don't get me wrong, but he's come right across there and cleaned the clock of Ante Budimir. And, well, are they going for a second opinion here? Yes, they are. Well, not quite sure what the deal is here. If the referee gives a penalty, surely he gives a penalty. I thought, to my mind, you go to VAR if the referee doesn't give a penalty, but maybe he should have done, and he just wants to check it, or he'll be told from in the box, no, I think you've got that wrong, ref. Have a look at this. Anyway, Koke in deep conversation with the official. And we've played, by the way, 2.5 minutes of the added 6, and it's going to be longer than that. Still no closer to finding out what's going on here. All the players milling around in the penalty area. The referee's gone over to the far side of the 18-yard area. Alessio Lissi is primed to blow his top if this isn't given. I can see that already from the young manager. Well, the ref's coming over to the screen. And, well, it's not untypical. Again, we get the sarcastic clapping from Diego Simeone. I'm not a fan of his. I don't like his antics. I didn't like his antics as a player, and I don't like them as a manager. I don't like to see managers react sarcastically like that. He's often out in the technical area waving imaginary cards as well. It's not acceptable. It's unprofessional. Well, like I say, the ref has given a penalty, and now they're asking him to look at it. Which kind of puts the referee in an insidious position here. Because if he then changes his mind, he makes himself look daft. Oh, he's chalked it off. He has chalked it off. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. The fans are in disbelief. The manager just is working hard to contain himself. I mean, it was accidental, but Musso came out. He punched the ball, yes, but he also caught Budimir in the face. That yellow card is now withdrawn. No penalty for Osasuna. Ruben Garcia still arguing with the referee. He's being told to go away. Wow. Well, that's an absolute mockery. The fans are going berserk here. The referee gave a penalty, and then VAR said, no, we think you've got that wrong. Come and have a look at it. He's had a look at it, and he's gone, yeah, I have got that wrong. It's no wonder people get annoyed. You know? Well, I can kind of see why that wasn't given, because it was accidental and he did punch the ball first. But he clearly caught Budimir in the face with his follow-through, which brought him down in the area. But, well, that's for another day now. Atletico have it here with Almada. Now Ademola Lookman, if they go down the other end and score now, there'll be absolute riot here. Well, they almost got the ball into the area, but Boyomo has cleared it away out near the corner flag. We've played 5 minutes of the added 6, but ridiculous this now. I think we're going to have about another 4 or 5 minutes here, because that took an eternity to sort out. Throw in for Athletic near the corner flag over on that far side. Thrown to the edge of the area. Little dink over the top by Koke, but it just trickles through into the hands of Aitor Fernandez. Wouldn't want to be Senor Mancillo coming off this pitch at half-time. Hear the phrase, running the gauntlet. Anyway, Fernandez with the long clearance, goal kick downfield. Budimir tussling again on this near side with Hansko, but the Czech gets the ball back via his head to Jan Musso. We have played the 6 minutes now, but this is now added time that it took the VAR penalty into not a penalty decision. Here's Lucas Toro. Now Boyomo, that's a great ball down the left channel. Now Barger, can he get a good cross in here? He can, but it's headed away by Hansko on the edge of the 6-yard box. Osasuna coming again here now. It's been all them since the penalty. It really has. And they just got to keep believing here. Ball whipped in towards the back post, headed away again, this time by Ruggieri. And it's held up by Lookman, but Griezmann can't gather it in. And Osasuna have it again over on that far left-hand side. Now here's Boyomo. I'm not sure what he's doing on the edge of the penalty box. Ball whipped in again towards the back post. Ruben Garcia heads it back across towards the penalty spot. Budimir tries to chase after it, has a shot which is blocked, then nudges it to the side. Ball played out again, whipped in across the 6-yard box, and again it's blocked on the edge of the area. And now, well, last-ditch clearance back to the keeper there, because Lookman was looking to take that away, and that would have been a one-on-one if he managed to get there first. But Osasuna asking all the questions here. Relentless pressure. Kike Barja. And he's fouled over on that far side. So it will be, by Mark Pubil, it will be a free kick to Osasuna. But they're working the ball into the box there, but brilliant last-ditch defending again. Little flick there by, I think it was Catania, it was, and it was brilliantly blocked by Hansko. Free kick, Ruben Garcia over this, over on the far side. We've now played over 8 minutes of added time. It's about 5 yards in from the touchline, about 30 yards out. And again, the referee having to deal with nonsense inside the penalty area. Atletico Madrid player was on his backside. Now he gets back up. Is this half ever going to finish? Budimir has been booked, by the way. I'm not sure if that was for earlier or for what's just happened then. I'm not sure. I think it must have been earlier, because if he'd been booked then this free kick wouldn't be taking place. So, finally, ball is whipped in towards the back post. It sails past everyone out to this near side, and then another foul comes in, this time by Llorente, but the touch judge hasn't given it. That was a clear shove in the back there on Lucas Toro. A clear shove in the back. And, well, actually, yeah, Budimir was booked at that free kick for shoving over a player. Atleti look to clear it downfield again. Header flicked on by Griezmann to absolutely nobody. It will be gathered in by Boyomo. Atleti, every player inside their own half here. Absolute one-way traffic. And it still is. Oh, just try to feed it into the area. Llorente, 2 players gone down, edge of the box, crossed into the 6-yard area. Header goes wide, very wide by Budimir. And it was Ruben Garcia and Marcos Llorente coming together there on the edge of the area. And it is just going to be a goal kick. We've played 10 minutes of added time. Hopefully this will be the last action now with this goal kick. In fact, the referee has blown the whistle. It is half-time here at the El Sadar. Atletico winning by a goal to nil. Ademola Lookman's penalty on 13 minutes, but I'll be honest with you, it has been all Osasuna since then. Ante Budimir could have had a hat-trick tonight, and he's fluffed every single chance that came his way. That's how dominant Osasuna have been, but that is football. Half-time here. We'll be back in 15 minutes. It's Osasuna 0. Somehow, Atletico Madrid 1. See you soon.
Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok.